council. Any other questions, comments at this time? All right, we're going to take it out for public comment at this time. Any comments regarding this, the first item?
Good evening, Council. Rodrigo Espinoza. I just wanted to ask why is Council Member Kang not is stepping down as well as Raul Garcia. Clearly he's in conflict. The community knows he's in conflict. His brother was fired from the city with the current chief that the contract's being taken with. To me, that's a clear conflict as well. So he should not be voting on this contract. Should have stepped down from the beginning. And obviously, his brother's trying to get back to be employed again by the city. So that's a clear conflict. There's financial interest there as well, because he resides. They live in the same house, as far as I know. So there's financial interest there as well as the other council member. Thank you.
Any other citizen comments at this time?
Good evening. I wasn't going to speak up, but I'm just concerned as a citizen. I mean, what is the backup plan if this fails? I mean, who's going to lead? Do you guys have an idea? I mean, that you guys can share with us? And
yeah, I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm willing to make the motion. They have to agree to our motion.
okay.
Look at them. I'll pass it. I think Chuck's doing a fantastic job. But my thing is a price.
But
So-
what if they say?
I'll make a motion. Can I make a motion to extend the contract right now? Oh, okay.
What if they say screw it? You know?
How is it my fault?
Huh?
If they say screw it, how is it our fault?
Well, you should have a backup plan.
That's a city manager job, not council. I'll appoint somebody.
Who?
I don't have nobody, but I'm saying if you want me to appoint somebody, but I don't have the option. That's not my job to appoint nobody.
You're bringing a lot of stress to everyone.
Please explain why. I'm willing to negotiate. Once you have a negotiation, you can't just have one-sided. If they ask for $1 million, do you expect me to give them the $1 million?
No.
Did you read the contract?
Yes, I did.
You see anything?
Please be respectful. I'm being
I am,
respectful
but I'm just
to
saying,
you.
like, you're blaming it on me like it's
I'm
my
not
fault.
blaming it. I'm just asking, as a concerned citizen, what is the backup plan? I mean, if you're saying no, you should have a backup plan. You should say, okay, if they say screw it, who are we going to put out there? Share it with us so we can be not so concerned.
Vanessa, you have an answer to that? Well, I'm sorry, can we get that from a what happens if it's a no? What is our next option? Do we have different firms that we could hire to represent? Like, I'm pretty sure this is a common thing, right? Can we please get a legal opinion on this one?
Yeah, so in the event that, so as it stands right now, the contract is set to expire in the upcoming days. In the absence of that, it is within the city manager's authority to be able to appoint. It could be somebody like a retired annuitant that's done in other jurisdictions. If it's above $10,000, it has to be ratified by the city council. Or it can be an internal hire and internal promotion in either an acting or interim capacity, depending on the nature of the position. So there would be a handful of different options that would be available if this contract was to lapse in the upcoming days.
Excuse me, Mayor and Council, I don't want to cut anybody off, but this first item is to repeal the action from last night. Some of these comments might be more appropriate for the items 2 and 3 if you decide to go there later.
Thank you.
Good, Paul Samuel. First of all, I want to apologize. I'm a little frustrated with you guys, not everybody there. this shouldn't have come down to, I don't know when the contract expires. Does it expire tomorrow, I believe, or when does it expire? Can somebody tell me that?
May 21st.
I'm sorry?
May 21st,
May
2020,
21st.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And that's my frustration when we talk about public safety. I apologize for my tone of voice. It was the frustration. We've been living here, all of us, for a long time. I have nothing but highest respect for anybody that does public service, regardless if you're an officer on the street or sergeant or chief. We're out there, and they're committed folks. But to me, I'm sorry, I've been involved in the city long enough to know that without proper leadership, that $40,000 you're talking about, one bad decision by untrained sergeant can cost us 10 times that. Remember that when you guys make your vote. It can be very expensive. Untrained sergeant can cause a lot of headaches. So I know that the city manager does have certain authorities, like was discussed. If something falls apart, Vanessa, I hope that you will exercise your duty to do what's good for the city and keep somebody there in that position that can make a properly trained decision. Thank you.
And Mayor, if I may just
Yes, go ahead.
Share, it is part of my job. It's to ensure that we have proper coverage, proper leadership, proper stability in our departments. I believe that I have done my due diligence by bringing you a contract for recommendation and approval back in April, so we would not be in this situation today, the day before the contract expires. So with that said, yes, it is my job to have those backup plans, but I cannot ensure that I will have a backup when I'm always working on crisis mode. And this is working on crisis mode, having me have to figure something out the next day when this expires.
Any other citizen comments?
Hilda Lopez, and I just want to piggyback on what Vanessa has said. You know, she has done her due diligence to do everything she can to put the city in a great position, but it's the votes by this council that has brought us to this crisis mode, as she has said today. And so I would ask that you guys really think about the choices that you guys make long term, rather than this is what I want now, this is what I think is best now. Your votes have consequences, and clearly that has not been planned for. And I'm thankful that Vanessa has done everything she can to try to keep us in a good position. And I hope that you guys tonight, going forward, will do the same. Thank you.
Any other citizen comments? Yeah, the microphone. Just to remind everybody, this is regarding the first item. This is the repel the contract. So the comments have to be specific to this item, please.
Alan Cadiente again. Maybe you could help me out. City manager, does she have administrative right for the betterment of the city? No? Okay. I was going to say she could make decisions in 24 hours without a vote. The administrative right.
Any other citizen comments?
Evening, Corey Gibson, Under Sheriff. On this item, I would ask that the council make a motion and repeal it. Let's move forward and try to figure out how we solve the challenge in front of us. And so, with that, I would ask that you make the motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public? On the phone? Anybody on the phone?
You can't use the phone because it's on Zoom. You can only raise your hand on Zoom.
Well, you can raise your hand on Zoom, please, if you have any questions.
At this time, Mayor, I do not see any hands raised on Zoom.
Okay, we're going to bring it up, bring it back to council for any further clarification or motions. And just to be clear, the person that made the motion would have to...
Councilmember Moran or yourself.
I make make the motion at this time to repeal the contract extension with the Merced County Sheriff's Office for Interim Police Chief Services as it was discussed yesterday.
And I second that motion. So we have a motion by Councilmember Jose Moran and a second by myself, Mayor Aguilar. Can we get roll call? Doug?
Councilmember King. Councilmember Moran.
Yes.
Councilmember Soto.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Temp is absent. Mayor.
Yes.